Hey everyone, I think it's time we took a deep dive into what I've made this year. In here and in my loft are many wonderful pieces that I have loved making and wearing this year. If you love stats, then this is going to be a great one for you because I've combined it by colour. I'm going to talk about garment type and we're just going to whip through. But before we start, I think I need to say to you, I've made 75 pieces. Now, it's not about the numbers, it's not about competition, it's not about how much or how few or how many, but it is worth thinking about the fact that when I added it up, I realised it was that many. So I think we should dig in. Come on, let's go. So everyone, I think there are a couple of important caveats that we should just cover before we get deep into this. Number one, I have not included in this any toiles that were just for toile's sake, i.e. I mocked something up and it was never meant to be finished. Number two, anything that I haven't quite finished or it's still in the naughty corner because, well, they are yet to be decided. They're TBC. So this is only things that I've made and genuinely worn. So as I've already said, 75 pieces. Now it sounds like a lot, but when we break it down, it is including quite a few t-shirts, tops, those sorts of things that actually you can make sort of 4 of those in one go, have a good selection, and if you've got a gap in your wardrobe then 4 is enough. I am not going to sit here and justify myself, but I am just saying there are some pieces like that. If it was 75 dresses, then I think we'd be having a different conversation. One of the things that I'm really pleased about when I look at the stats is that most of these clothes are things that fit with my comfortable, colourful, joyful vibe, which means that they are being well worn. 2 years ago, I really reviewed what I was making and to stop making aspirational clothes that just lived on the hanger and actually make things that I would really wear in my real life and were realistic. Now you're going to see me looking down here, so I have some stats down here, but I will pop some bits on the screen for you. So of those 75 things, I think let's break it down first of all by type. So 33 of those were tops and jumpers. The highest made of those was 7 mix it up tees. Now that was part of a project of working with Sarah of my Handmade Wardrobe for the Weekend Sewing Club. So when you think of the 33 items, 7 of them were mixed it up tees. I actually wear them all. Some have become bed clothes. Some of it are clothes that I wear all the time. But when you think about it, that's nearly 25% of my tops was mix it up tees. And nearly 10% of my whole makes was mix it up tees. So then if we look at the next category, which was bottoms, that was 17 items made up of a mixture of trousers and skirts. And this time last year when I reviewed this, I realised I hadn't really made any skirts. This time that's pretty different. Dresses was 15 items and outerwear and innerwear was 15 items. I'm not 100% sure that total 75 anymore, but look, a pair of knickers, are we counting that as one item? It doesn't matter. Right, so if we go by the highest stats first of all, tops featured very highly in the bigger amount of make. So as I mentioned the mix it up tee, the other one that I made quite a few this year was the Nautilus by Marilla Walker, and it is a free pattern. I will link all the relevant videos below for you, but it has consistently been a pattern which I go back to again and again. And then the next one was the Cortado, which was a pattern test. I am wearing one right now and it is such a great throw over piece. I made 3 of them all together and I have worn them. They're great for cross seasonal and really love them as a layering piece in with everything else. Now my top made trouser of 2025 was 2 pairs. It was the chanterelle wide leg and the bob pants. And when I think about those 2 patterns and how many pairs I've made over the last few years, the cost per make of the pattern, when you bring it down, I am less than £1 per make now of the pattern pieces, which is fantastic. Let's have a little look at my makes by colour. because I do love a bit of colour, but I'm wondering how much of a leaning do I have to certain colours. So of my items, 13 of them were green. Green was my most used single colour of 2025, and that included trousers, t-shirts, tops, and one thing I did, and I made a green skirt as well. So there is something from each of the clothing categories, including a coat, in green. Blue and navy did feature more than I thought it would, but then again I did make some jeans, and also I did make a jacket in blue, and blue just has sort of to me it's quite a good neutral base. I made like a sweatshirt in a galaxy print navy and so on. Pink was also quite high up there, unsurprisingly, from making tops in pink and a coat in the wonderful bubblegum boucle. And I kind of think of pink and purple together really, and there was a lot of purples. There was purple skirts, there was a pinky purple top, and so those two together I made quite a few. The one thing I don't think I made many of in 2025 was pink or purple trousers, which is interesting because in previous years that has been much higher. Now, neutrals, those anchor pieces as we like to describe them, I made a few more of those in 2025. It included a black Henrietta skirt, a plain black double gauze top, a black tiger print top, which was like actual tigers, not the fur print style, and also some plain black bob pants. So it's quite interesting that I made some more anchor pieces in there this year. It is something I have definitely steered away from in other years. Warm tone wise, so those my autumn colours, I made quite a few pieces in those sort of mustards and yellows. So I had a mustard pair of bob pants, my orange check skirt and an LB pullover it's like a pumpkin spice colour in a top to match. I had a yellow rain top. I made a gorgeous red and orange LB pullover. So there was quite a few in that lovely rich colours. One of the things I would say that there was a good balance of in 2025 was between plains and prints. I love a print fabric, but what I have made sure I have is that balance, because otherwise I end up with wardrobe orphans that I can't put together. So when you look at, for example, the pink coat, there was a green and black print Jurassic coat as well. The plain tops that I created, the trousers with the black, the green, the mustard trousers, the yellow striped chanterelles were like a plain to me as well. The green and white striped chanterelle all were pieces that worked well with other prints and pattern. Obviously we've got a plain purple quilted jacket, which I think as well works well with so many of these other rich tone colours. I think it is worth mentioning the jumpers I have made this year. So in total I made 3 sweatshirts from the Weekend Sewing Club, 3 sparkly LB pullovers, the lovely red and orange boucle jumper. They ranged from the lovely, just everyday, core, basic, through to a sparkly, elevated everyday out. The Henrietta skirt, which I made 5 times, went right from everyday sort of throw on purple and blue checked, right through to a velvet version, and tucked in there was a black version with a very small print. I'm pausing there because I'm trying to remember the vibe. I made quite a few Henrietta. Dresses again was one of my more well-made sections in terms of I love to make a dress, and that can range from making a gorgeous comfy jersey dress right through to a hacks dress that of a pattern I love, which is a Seasons of East Summer in New York, and that again is still secret pyjamas because of the way it's all designed, but that full range from a fancy dress like the peony that I made for Plymouth Frocktails through to the Benning, which were great everyday wear, the honey dress and of course some jersey dresses which look great but are super soft and comfy to wear. So dresses filled sort of all of those different types of wear within my wardrobe and weren't all just summer dresses, which is great for me. I did make 6 pairs of knickers this year as well. All of those were the Tammy Handmade Lila, and I know that for 2026 I'm going to explore other patterns. So when I think about the range of things that I have made in 2025, I can see that I have added into each part of my wardrobe and also made sure that these are all things that fit with my real life. When I look through and think, what have I not worn very much? There's only one thing really that I can pick out, which is the blue lightweight jacket. And that's probably because I made it at a time when the season was changing. And hopefully 2026 will be the year where I give that a good wear as well. But it is really reassuring when I look at the list and think what on here has been worn well. Some things haven't had their full wearing life yet because they've only recently been made. But you might be sitting out there thinking, how can you make so many pieces and have room in your wardrobe? Well, firstly, I do a swap over at least 3 times a year. So that means that what is in my wardrobe is genuinely worn. Secondly, I do regularly have a cull, and if something is not working for me, I will either refashion it, reuse the fabric, or I will donate it, because there's no point it not fulfilling its destiny in my wardrobe. Thirdly, I did a challenge this year to really push myself to wear the things that I wasn't wearing. It taught me a lot, and I'll put the video up here, in terms of whether it was I was just reaching for other things or actually it wasn't working for me. And I think those sort of things where you ask yourself those questions is really important, because there's no point in just constantly languishing there and not fulfilling, as I like to say, fulfilling its clothing destiny. Now each year I make sure I carefully review where the gaps are. So for example, that is why this year I made a reasonable amount of skirts, because I didn't really have any skirts that I wore anymore and I wanted to have some skirts. So I put a focus on that. I knew that I wanted some plain trousers for sort of everyday wear. So the bob pants are in heavy rotation when I'm working from home. So they get put on day after day and they can then be worn with all of the different jumpers, etc. And again, I didn't really have that because 2 years ago, I wasn't working from home every day. So that front-facing clothing that I used to have has left my wardrobe, and I have been progressively replacing it with clothes that I really wear. I rarely wear loungewear as my lounging wear. That's a mouthful to say, isn't it? So the outfit I'm wearing today is much more the kind of thing I will wear when I'm at home. Somebody left me a lovely message on Instagram today, actually on the day I was recording this, saying that they now mostly wear comfies, but actually they realise their comfies are a bit drab. Well, my attitude is I can be joyful even when I'm comfortable. And so things like this, it's extremely comfortable, keeps me warm, but I feel very joyful, and it definitely lifts and elevates my spirit. Now you might wonder, why make a list? Why do this? Why count up? Because if it's not a competition, if it's not something that like to compare or to make people feel more or less, For me, it's helping me to be conscious, because if I made 75 things and I looked at them and went, I don't wear half of those, then I need to have a different kind of conversation with myself. And I want to be really intentional, and that was a word I set for myself last year, was intentional. The other thing I would say is, if in any way you are watching this and it is making you feel less, or you're not a good enough sewist or any of those things, stop right now. That is not what this is about. I am here to inspire and empower. There is a video I'll put up here which is about how to make sure you look after yourself and know that you are enough. And whether you have made 0 things, 2 things, 20 things, or 200 things, you are enough, because you are doing what you need to do. And the only point of this is for me to think, have I helped to create the wardrobe that I want to have? Have I sewn the things that work? And as I say, if I'd looked at this and gone, not wearing that, not wearing that, not wearing that, then I need to talk to myself differently.